My name is Robin Gebhardt. I am a realtor at Real Broker. We're a cloud brokerage, and I'm in my 11th year of real estate. And I just started my team this summer. We're called Keepin It Real. Hashtag Keepin It Real.
I love that.
And also I own kind of a coaching program. It's called Badass Bootcamp. And that launched this year too.
Oh my goodness. I love this. Talk to me about both of these business separately. I'd like to know more about the boot camp and what kind of boot camp that entails. And then starting your new journey with your new team. Talk to me about that stuff. All of it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's was not actually part of the plan last year, but I personally started coaching with a coach, Colt Lindsay, out west, and he just had my brain going. I was on fire, really excited. So I started boot camps. So it's boot camps for the real estate community. It's not just realtors. I've had loan officers, title reps, managers of other type of companies, and it's the same premise as a boot camp. So if you go to the gym, your goal is to do as many reps as you can in a short period of time.
Yes.
Right? So it's the same in my class, which have been 5 to 8 weeks, where you are doing many reps of things that we would do in our business. So if it's, I have you listen to a podcast, you send emails, you call, you text, you send videos, and then there's a theme every quarter. So I do it every quarter. So right now we're in the fall season. Okay. So anything that has to do with the fall, end of year, getting ready for 2025. The summer, we did summer theme because we want to take vacations. So I don't want to say balance, but it's incorporating real life and work life together at a very fast pace.
Yeah. All right. I love that. And now talk to me about your team and starting your own team. You started doing events in the real estate community. Talk to me about that.
Yes. So, so in my former life, I was in food and beverage for almost 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And I did a lot of events. So we had private dining space. And so I love holding events. My husband's a chef by trade. And I grew up with parties. So we just love to entertain. So doing events is natural to me and a great way to connect with people. So to kind of get my message out, so I've been on a mission. I hit rock bottom like 5 years ago in my business, flat, nothing for almost 8 months. And it was really hard financially, personally, professionally. And so I've had, thankfully, a pretty good year. I was on Platinum Group for a long time, learned the systems. And so real estate has been hard in our community the past 2 years. So I've been on a mission to let others know and be vulnerable about my story, to let them know they're not alone. Yeah. And to give them little boosts of confidence by collaboration and community through also boot camps and events to hopefully spark that fire as to why people got in the industry. A lot of people are leaving or they're questioning their career choice, and I just want them to know that they're not alone, and there's a lot of people out there that want to help. And through events, I have speakers that are not all in the real estate community, which I think is great because
different perspectives.
Yeah, we're all business people, right? Doesn't matter whatever your title is. And through my boot camps actually is what made me realize that I was ready to start a team. If you would have met me in springtime 2024, I would have said, hell no, I don't want, keeping it real, I cuss sometimes in boot camp, that I wouldn't want a team. I managed people for a long time, 20 years in real estate. And I said, no, it's a lot of responsibility. But then I realized that how much I really love it. And when they have a turn for the positive or just an inkling of like, I think I can do this, it's the best feeling. So a small team right now, there's 3 of us, and possibly might grow as we finalize our systems now.
Scale up, all that good stuff. What is the story behind Keeping It Real? Like, there's a message behind there, isn't there?
Yes, there is. So it's been my motto in life, way before just this. I am very authentic in who I am. It is hard for me to be fake. I try to, if you see me on person and what you see on social media is the same. And so I think it started in 2016. There's a lot of facade and fakeness on social media. And I was like, that is not real. For example, I had a puppy. And we all know that puppies are cute, but are work, right? They can be a disaster. And so I was like, I'm going to show you what my real puppy's like. He ate all my shoes. He's eating my son's socks. And so that's just kind of been my message and authentic self online is just being real to the best of my ability. So then with the real estate, it flows well. And then we switched brokerages almost 2 years ago, which is called the Real Broker. Yeah. And it just naturally made sense to me. That's the name of the team.
Yeah. Keeping it real.
Yeah,
Love
especially with real estate. You know, it's business, and you don't always like to deliver the bad news,
No.
but we could do it in a nice,
Yes.
professional manner, but got to stay real the whole time.
Exactly. And I know you said there's 3 of you. Tell me what the team dynamic
Mm-hmm.
is like and what it's like for maybe clients to work with you guys.
Yeah. Well, I like to think that we're fun.
Woo!
Okay, so we live in Western Loudoun County. I live in Round Hill. The other 2, Kim lives in Percival, and Michelle lives in Bluemont. So the 3 of us, we've all known each other for a while. Kim and I go back to 2015. And so we have tried to make it a niche as far as Keepin It Real in Western Loudoun County. That is our Facebook group. It doesn't mean that we won't take business elsewhere, obviously. I'm born and raised, born in D.C., grew up in Falls Church, and migrated out. But we like to stay also authentic to what Western Loudoun is. We do like to think we're our own niche, right? Because Eastern Loudoun is different than Western Loudoun. And by doing so, we do, like my event is at a brewery. That is very natural and weekend things that Western Loudoun folk do. You go to the farm. And the mission for when I told them I wanted to start the team, it's community first. So whatever we can do to support our community, that's through the sports, through Girl Scouts, through the farming, any event that you can think of.
Yeah.
I want them and encourage the neighbors to reach out because we are part of the community.
Yeah. Why is it so important to you to be part of all these community events and invite people? Talk to me about that.
I know that is for most it would be very daunting and very intimidating,
is.
and like robbing my social, I'm outlet is too much. I think what's special about Western Loudoun is that it is a family community, and I feel like I want to support those that hustle in the community and are doing amazing things, and I would hope that it would be reciprocated.
Yes.
But I live there. My son is now in middle school, but he's been there since preschool. And like the true definition of community in our neighborhood, Western Loudoun County, is similar to what I would say some folks would say, like their parents. This is what it was like when I grew up.
Yeah.
Everybody's outside, looking out for each other, and I truly love where I live. So I don't think I need to go outside of that to support it. There's enough. Yeah. I do honestly love where I live.
Yeah.
It seemed very far when I had never heard of Round Hill actually.
Okay.
I mean, when I grew up in Falls Church, Leesburg was about maybe as far as I had heard of. I left the area, I came back, and then I got my license, and a client said, I'm interested in Round Hill. And I said, cool. And I hung up, and I said, where's Round Hill?
Yeah.
But now here we are, going almost 10 years,
Look at
and
that.
I love it.
No.
I know.
Yeah, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to touch on the marketing piece. What is your style when it comes to marketing yourself out there? I know authenticity is definitely one.
Mm-hmm.
You get what you see. Talk to me about what's working for you and how you're getting your name out there. Are you also on YouTube, word of mouth? Are you out there on networking events? What is your style?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I love that
Yeah.
question. So I would say that my style is I am very extroverted. So the more events that I can go to now, the better. My husband did travel a lot, so I wasn't able to go out as much, but he's just transitioned this summer, which is great. I'm full steam ahead. Any event, my motto is if I'm invited, I want to go, and if I can go, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
So in person is the best connection you can make, hands down. So
Yeah.
it's what I'm teaching boot camp is conversations lead to connections, lead to conversions and appointments, hopefully. And then on social media, if I come from a place of service, then I feel like that also then delivers my message. Like I actually do want to help you. Not everybody has the same situation, same family matter, or whatever. And I have a thing that I need to connect with my clients before I move forward. Because if I don't have that connection, then I don't know how to help you.
Yeah.
It's so much more than just a sale.
Wow.
It's a life decision.
Absolutely
Typically.
no. A big house purchase or selling something,
Yeah.
like a home, like that's.
And it's not always a happy situation. Sometimes it's divorces or somebody, passed away in the family or they've outgrown the space or they can't afford it. The cost of living has gone up significantly in our area. and
Definitely
so-
got to have that connection with your real estate agent.
Yeah, and trust.
Yes, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what kind of characteristics do you think are important in your opinion when looking for a real estate agent?
I would say reputation matters, right?
That's a big one.
Reputation, trust factor. I think, my business is primarily by referrals, word of mouth, but trustworthy and honest, respected in the community. I think and then honest. I think I already said honest, but that's really what it
we're
is.
just like-
and caring. Like I do care.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's to a fault or not. I do care for
It's
my
just who you
clients. I did a video recently. And I said, when you come with me, you're like the family, like the mafia, right?
Yes.
I'm going to protect you. Yeah, it was something that happened to do with a friend of mine from high school.
Yeah.
And she reached out to somebody without me and she shouldn't have, but it's fine. And he was a jerky turkey. And I was like, no, he did not. I'm going to protect you, and you're not allowed to go on your own anymore. You're with me. So I don't know if that's a trait, but that's kind of how I feel. Like, okay, you're with me now. And so,
yeah, that's definitely someone who I would want to work with too. Because when I don't know about something, I want to make sure that I'm with someone who's knowledgeable, but also friendly and doesn't make me feel like I'm stupid for asking a question I didn't know. So
and it's daunting. It's a lot. The emotions alone of the whole buy, sell, even rent process can then leave you kind of like you can't even think and process.
Yes.
Where we do it all the time, and the steps are mundane, if you will, but to you, it's a big, you the client consumer, it's a big deal. Like, Robin, you were talking that whole time and I have no idea what you said. Cool. Let's go back.
And
what do you need questions on? Yes.
No, I love that. I love that style. Like, that's definitely something that I would gravitate more towards.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I would like to ask you, I know you touched on earlier, you said something about my type of story and like what you went through. Can you share that story? Is that something you would be willing to share with me?
I am, yes, this past year I felt comfortable to share the story, and I felt like it was important to share their story. So, yeah, I got my license in 2015. I was doing okay as an individual agent. And then in 2018 to 2019, basically 7 months of no business. And with real estate, it's commission. There are a couple, I think, that are salary, but primarily we're commission-based.
Yeah.
And before that, I was in salary for like 25 years. And so you knew the money came in and when it came out. So I did not have all my ducks in a row financially. One thing I'm not great at, so I've hired out now, is like bookkeeping and CPA and accounting. But it affected everything at home. And my husband was still working, but we were behind on our mortgage. We were behind on like the utility bills, and I was drowning and I couldn't sleep. I have a twitch when I'm stressed. Yeah, it wasn't good. It was tough. And I just joined the Platinum Group. Thankfully I had, and I said, I'm going to do whatever Karen and Vicky are doing for the Platinum Group within my means, which I had no money, right? We had to borrow money. I went to the church. I did a whole presentation on this. To pay our utility bills, which is, again, my husband was working, but we're so out of whack that we didn't have control of our finances. So eventually I finally got a deal. It was in March. And then the business started to come in. And I knew that the problem also was me and, how we manage our finances and how do I get out. But I still had to grind, right? Yeah. I owed $100,000 plus to the IRS because I wasn't paying out. And I just needed help, but it had to come within from me, right? Because it repeats itself until you learn, until you hit rock bottom. And the only thing that made it triggered for me is when I had a tax attorney. I'm telling you, I had all of the things, which sometimes it's hard for people to ask for help. But she said, if you don't make any payments right now to the IRS, you're going to have a lien on your house. And I said, well, that's just going to ruin my entire reputation in my neighborhood. I don't want people to know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it wasn't me going to the church when my brother's the pastor asking for money from the elders. You would have thought that would have been a red light. But we ended up hiring a financial coach. She was expensive. We couldn't afford her, but she stood by it and she helped us set a budget, a spreadsheet, and then I grinded for a long time, and I vowed I will never, ever put my family in this situation again. And we both didn't grow up with a lot of money, my husband and I, and so this was the time I said, this is it. We're not going to do this anymore, right? And I have not looked back, but I still have a book. Like, hiring out what your weaknesses are is a strength.
Yes.
But it's hard to do that. And even if you're like financial, you're like, this doesn't even make sense. It's the best thing that I've done. So to this day, I still have a bookkeeper and I have a CPA, and I'm still good friends with my financial coach. And that is common trait, not to as far as I went, but with realtors in general, the commission, if it's not consistent, it's scary.
No, I'm sure. And I just want to say thank you so much for sharing that with me, because I know that's probably not something easy to talk about. And like you said, it took you I think finally this year you said that you were able to talk about it. So thank you for being so transparent and honest, because I mean, we never know what somebody's going through and just the situations that they're in. So I think just showing some grace and being able to open our eyes and being able to learn from our mistakes is so important.
Absolutely.
Especially as somebody who has their own business or is an entrepreneur or a CEO, it's like you learn from these things and it makes you a better person. It helps you have a perspective that maybe you did not have before.
Absolutely.
And was maybe needed, right? So just thank you for sharing that. And that's very inspiring that
Thank
you
you.
know, you're getting out of that. You got out of that. You're here today, and you have your own business, your own team. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It is hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's being able to talk about it and then have conversations with other fellow agents this past, I don't know, 18 months. And people they're struggling. And I just really felt, okay, I can share my story. It's not who I am, it's who I was, and I've learned, and I want to help. And I always say, if I can help one person from every boot camp, then it's been worth it. And I definitely have. So.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What do you like to do when you're not working, like on your business, maybe with family? What do you like to do personally yourself to unwind and make sure that you're taking time to rest so you could be at the best mental capacity for those things that
It's such a great question that we can all work on better, especially as business owners, right? We don't clock out at 5. I have an 11-year-old and my husband. So he is a travel soccer player. So a lot of times we are on the field or traveling with him. My husband is a chef by trade. So we like to cook at home often. We watch movies together. We are beach people. My husband's from Hawaii. So yes, he's Polynesian. And when we can go to the beach, we will go to the beach. So I did buy a beach condo 2 years ago. Like that's another what the, if you would have asked me 5 years ago, hell no, I can't even pay my utility bills. But I loved going to the beach. Like I said, my husband likes going to the beach and hanging out with our friends. We've got a good circle of friends just to get together on the weekends.
Yeah.
We play cards. We watch movies.
I love that.
Yeah, and we do love to travel, but we do have an active 6th grader. I'm almost a 5th grader.
Yes.
Don't tell him I said that.
Okay,
But and then girlfriend time. I talk about circles of as you get older, I think our time is limited and it's special, and who you choose your time with is important. So I'm always telling people to check their circles, right, if they're not healthy for you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, business and professional. And so my circles are good for my soul. I need that refresh.
No, absolutely. I think we all need that refresh, right?
Yes.
It's always good to have
And I do
those-
nap. People ask. I do nap. I get up early. I get up at 4:45. I do a 5 a.m. call, and people are like, "How do you?" I'm like, "I pass out like 2 to 2:30."
A nap.
But and it's okay.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm my own boss. So it's
Yeah.
not, unless I have a client that I'm going to meet, you have to listen to yourself, which is not easy. Again, the grind is real.
Yeah, no, I believe
and
it.
I'm to turn the brain off is hard. But walking, I do walk my dog. I think I love my dog. But walking, he's a Labradoodle.
Ooh, those are so cute.
Yes, he's so
Hypoallergenic.
cute. Yes, that's right. Got all the allergies up in our house.
That's right. No, I love that. And I think that's so great that you realize that you need to take these time. And the type of people and circles you have around you is really important because it can influence a lot.
It
so.
does. And my girlfriends it's second family.
Oh, shout out girlfriends.
I shout them out, sisters.
Yeah. Love it. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years as a person and with your business? Where do you hope that this new beginning for you will be in that time?
It's an awesome question because I do ask my boot camp as well. My goal is hopefully to be the top selling team in Western Loudoun County.
That's right.
I don't need to be all of Virginia, Western Loudoun, West Loco. And then I hope to speak at more events and do more boot camps. So the team, the 2 members that have joined me know that is also my goal, is to spread. I just want to continue to spread the word that it's okay if we hit a bump in the road, that we can jump back at any moment. So that is my goal. To build our team. I don't want to be huge.
Yeah.
Probably a few more people. And then, more events to share. And boot camps. I'm really loving it.
Yeah, I love that. And I also love that the public speaking part is part of telling your story. But have you ever thought of maybe writing a book or anything like that?
I've thought about it, interestingly
Tell
enough.
me what's brewing or what you got going on.
Like, who's going to listen? Yes, I feel like I want to make it relatable. It's not like how to buy and sell a house in 60 days or as a realtor, or this is how you get 25 clients. For me, it's just I want the agent to relate. So I've even thought about the name. I don't know if people think about it, but it's always like waiting on the next transaction. That's when you don't have the money come in, you're just like, if I can get one more transaction, then I'm going to be okay. When ultimately it's so much more than that. And so I have thought about that. Yes.
Very cool.
We shall see.
Yeah, well, let's manifest it, put it out there in the world so it happens, right?
Yes.
It will. Amazing.
Yes. Thank you.
And what have been some of the challenges for you, I guess, in the real estate industry? Because there's constant things changing, laws shifting or going away or coming back, and then all that good stuff, especially the one that happened, what was it, August 14th or 17th? Talk to me
Yeah,
about
the
that.
NAR settlement.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that for me, what I've learned is to stay away from a lot of the noise and just get the facts. So I lean heavily on the people that I trust. So the partners in business, which would be like the title company that I trust and like working with, which is Vesta Settlements, my broker owner. So we are, again, we're a cloud brokerage. So that could be a challenge if you are at a cloud brokerage, is to make sure that you have the right people in your wheelhouse and in your circle to support you, because
Yeah.
we have to get together. We don't have an office, right? So I lean on my broker. I just want to go to the experts in the field
Yeah.
and then not get distracted by the noise,
Yes.
because there is so much on there that is misinformation, but it is overwhelming, and the only way to overcome that is by education.
That's right.
And to continue to go to the classes and continuing to listen to the podcast. I listen to so much and did so many trainings that I can.
Yeah.
And I'm not okay. I'm not afraid to say, you know what, let me look into this a little bit more, because it's new for the consumer and new for us.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to continue to be evolving for a little
Yes.
bit, right?
Yeah. No,
It is
yeah.
crazy. And it is, I mean, I guess the 11 years of experience plus my 20 years and 25 years, food and beverage, that when the shit hits the fan,
Yeah.
like how to just take a deep breath. And it's going to be okay. Like, let's just make sure we get all our facts straight before we go, like let's prepare before we talk to a client.
Yeah.
And then take it day by day.
Yeah.
That's kind of my motto for right now.
No, I mean, it's a good motto to have.
Yes, because it is overwhelming, and it's
Yes.
and then it's so much. Then to be able to articulate that to you, so that you're not overwhelmed, and you're like, I just want to buy a house. I don't understand. I need to
don't
move
know
out.
anything, yeah.
Give me the basics. And so I'm trying. What can I do? And then bring it down in 10 words or less.
Yes. No, love it.
Minimize it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think are some of the challenges right now for any first-time home buyers, and what tips could you maybe offer for
I love that. That's a great question. I would say the same. Stay off of social media, stay off of Google, and get recommendations from anybody that you've worked with. Do not, okay, this is the first time home buyers. Yes, your parents may have bought or sold, but if they did it 20, 25 years ago, they're probably not the best. They're someone to bounce ideas off of, but schedule that appointment for a consultation in person. If I am big advocate of in person, okay? COVID's behind us.
Yes, that's
Let's
right.
stop hiding behind the camera. And you're going to want to meet with several loan officers,
Yeah.
right? Mortgage professionals and realtors. Find someone that you feel comfortable with. And then once you understand the process and your budget, then you can move forward. I will say that Loudoun County is expensive. Fairfax County is, whatever it is. So it's so important to know what your this is good advice. Know what you're comfortable spending monthly, and don't get so fixated on the rate and the price of the home, right? So if you can afford $2,000, then let's see, there's so many different ways that we can make that $2,000 payment work for you. There are grants, so many different loans. It doesn't have to be 20% down.
Yeah.
You put 5% down, maybe next year you can put more money down and refinance. It's not just black and white.
Yeah, no.
Consultation, consultation,
Yes.
consultation,
Communication,
CCC,
yeah.
communication. It's all the
Yes.
C's, but in person. And make sure you understand the process. But we do joke in our industry that first-time home buyers always have their parents with them, which is fine, like with the home inspection. But just remember the expert
That's right.
versus the family support,
Yes.
which is sometimes hard.
Now you want to listen to mom.
I totally get it, and I respect
But-
you, Mom. We do say, like, are all the decision makers here? Because sometimes parents are paying for the down payment,
yeah.
right? That's cool. Bring them on board, but let's just make sure they're all there
Yes.
versus behind the scenes.
Yes, I agree. I think that's a good tip. Thank you.
Bring Mom to the table. It's fine. What is she like? Wine or coffee?
I love it. Yeah, come on, everybody.
What does Mom need?
Vodka.
Okay,
Kidding.
it's fine.
Straight vodka. We got you.
Whatever you need.
Love it. Is there anything maybe that I have not touched on that you would like to share with our listeners in regards to maybe yourself, your team, your business?
Sure. I guess, the message is that I think that local matters and experience matters. I am a DC, Northern Virginia native, and I am proud to say that there aren't many of us around. Now, I may not have grown up in Loudoun County, but I grew up in Fairfax County. I've been in the area my whole life. I did leave for 10 years. I was in food and beverage prior to that, but I love where I live. And I think that says something, and that my prior food and beverage industry experience only enhances me as a realtor, because I'm very calm. through the whole process. I'm pretty much like this the whole time.
Chill.
Shit hits the fan because it does. I cuss. I'm sorry.
No, I don't care.
I'm gonna be calm. It's gonna be okay. It always works out. 2% time it doesn't work out, but I truly believe there's probably a good reason why that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's hard in the middle, but trust me, if I don't know, I'm going to find out.
Yeah. No.
I think that's the best
I think that's
advice.
the type of realtor you need, because if you're always like freaking out, we don't need
good.
another realtor that's freaking out, and then there's two
No.
people freaking out. We need someone who's like
Right.
going to ground you and be like, girl, it's okay. I got you.
Seriously.
Go home. Let me take care of
Exactly.
this. Drink
There's
your
nothing-
wine. I'll drink my wine.
That's right.
Let me handle this.
I got you. And then we'll reconvene and it will be fine. Maybe the trajectory changed, but at the end, like, you're still going to get wherever you need to be.
Absolutely. I love that. What would you like your legacy to be? Have you given that thought?
No, I think I would just love for people to just say, Robin really was just true to her word, and she does look out for her people, and kindness matters. That is a really great thing that our brokerages is work hard, be kind.
Yeah.
And that is part of, like, if somebody were to ask to join my team, if I don't connect with you right away, it is a superpower that I have because of food and beverage. I can feel your energy pretty well and quickly, and you are an extension of me. So if you're on the team, we're going to be kind, we're going to be respectful, but we're also going to have fun. I do like to be goofy.
And work hard.
And work hard.
Yeah.
There it is.
That is a cool superpower, actually.
It is. I can literally tell within the next few minutes
I'm
of
scared.
how.
I'm like sweating now.
No, I actually am very comfortable with you. Your energy
Period.
is great.
Love
Yes.
it. Shaking it. They
Yes.
can't see, but you can
Yes.
see. There you go.
Yes.
No, love it. Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, my last question is, if you could leave our listeners with a message, or maybe there's been a quote or something that somebody said to you that has inspired you, or you've taken that like to heart and you use as an inspiration, what is it? So we can take that too.
That is a great question. In my restaurant days, I do have a sign at my wall, and he was a chef from Germany, and he always said, "Make it happen." And so my old girlfriend from a long time ago would always be like, "Make it happen," with like a German accent, right? So whatever is happening, if you really want it hard enough, you just got to make it happen. And we all have it within us. You just have to break over that barrier of what people are going to think about you, or question what you're doing. But if you know it's good for you and you know you want it, just like make it happen.
Yeah.
Literally make it happen.
Where there's a will, there's a way. You're going
there
to
is-
make it happen, right?
Yeah. There's another word too, I guess. I have it tattooed. It's vive.
Tell me. What is it?
Vive.
Vive.
Live.
What's that? Oh,
Live.
look. I'm Spanish, and I said, what's vive?
I know. Well, it's because I'm
My bad.
gringa over here. But
Gringa.
it's vive, like to live life.
Yeah,
like
I
to
get
live.
that.
Yeah. I mean, that's, like I do work hard and I play hard, but I am also kind of a spontaneous person. I mean, I will never leave my clients. But something's really awesome and unique and one of a time, I'm just got to go live the moment.
Yes.
I'm all about living the moment
I love that.
within my means.
Yes,
with
we
my-
only have
with
one
some-
life, so I have to agree with that, right? We
Yeah,
gotta
you
make
have
the
to
best
have.
of it.
Yeah, because if we grind and work all the time, and then life is short, and you're like, shit, I should have gone to do this, or
Yes.
something happens, go visit the family, go to the friend, go to the concert,
Exactly.
have the wine.
That louder.
Pass
we need
out
to
on the
put
couch.
volume up on that part for everybody.
Yes,
Not
vive.
finding the time. Yeah, vive.
So, yep, mm-hmm.
Vive, Robin.
Vive. Yep. But though, yeah, make it happen and vive.
Yes.
Probably a funny marriage of words.
No,
but
I love it. We love variety here.
Good.
So, yeah, thank you so much for coming
you're welcome.
on here.
Oh, boot camp. My
Boot
last
camp.
my next
Yeah,
boot camp,
sorry,
right?
JK,
No.
we're not ending yet.
Wait, what's it? No. So my boot camp, people had asked, I am not doing one for the rest of the year, just because it's such a busy time of year. But my goal is to do 4 in 2025, once every quarter.
Okay.
They are in person, and typically in One Loudon. The room seats up to 25, and they are live on Eventbrite or on my website,
Nice.
keepinitrealwithrobin.com.
Yeah, love it. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you
Yes.
being
Thank
here.
you so
giving
much.
me your energy, your vulnerability. That's not an easy thing, especially when
Yes.
there's cameras and lights. So
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.